You know, over the past almost 12 years now, I've wanted to be a whole lot of different things. And growing up, the options were endless. And you can't imagine when you're younger where you're going to end up when you're older, working a full-time job in the quote-unquote real world. I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to be a baseball player. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be a whole lot of things. But this is what I ended up being. How many of you guys remember that time in Korea when I lost my phone in a cab? Because I just had a similar experience, and it made me think of that moment. Because that was like the worst moment, one of the worst moments while being in Korea.
Hello.
No way.
Hello. Are you at pool? Can you meet us at the pool? Taxi. So, can you meet us at the pool?
Hold on, this might be the taxi driver right here. So the taxi driver picked up the phone. We can't communicate with the taxi driver because they don't speak English. And I can't find anyone that speaks English right now.
In 3 minutes, 30 minutes in.
She'll be here?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So we have successfully acquired the phone, and God, we're heading back to Camp Casey right now. One thing that I'm really excited for this new place that I'm moving into in like about a month is that there's a Whole Foods right next to it. I love Whole Foods. I love the smell of Whole Foods. I like everything they offer. Their salad bar is good. So I'm at Whole Foods right now, downtown Austin. So as I was leaving Whole Foods, I heard someone use the brevity code over the radio 10-4, which, on a side note, we need to get radios for the gym because that'd be awesome. But I remember when I first joined the military, I was first on my first duty assignment, and someone used the brevity code 10-4 over the radio. All shit stopped. That's like more of a police thing. Don't use 10-4 in the military. You get torn up. So Preston is still in Pennsylvania. He comes back tomorrow. So like me and Joe are working the shifts right now. As he works in the morning about 5 a.m. till 2 p.m. and I go in 2 p.m. till about 10 p.m. but I'm there till 11 because I'm doing cardio and abs. So today marks the last week, just 1 week left of the diet. So on Sunday, I started carb depletion from Sunday to Wednesday. Now Sunday to Tuesday, Wednesday I carb up. I'll explain my process for this peak week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm treating this photo shoot with Brandon Wells on Thursday almost like a show day. So I'm gonna peak for it. So carb depletion is going to be for 3 days and then 1 day of carbing up. So carb depletion days are like 50 to 60 grams of carbs, all coming from vegetables. Carb up day is going to be 800 to 900 grams of carbs. It's gonna be crazy. And then next Thursday afternoon, cuts over. Right now I woke up this morning at 2:03. So growing up, my friends would always make fun of me. They'd say like I went through stages. So the first stage was like construction and architecture, and then it was cooking. I wanted to be a chef, and then after that, it was baseball. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and then fitness. And fitness kind of just stuck. But they always made fun of me. They're like, it was phase after phase after phase, and every time I got into a phase, it was like 100% strictly dedicated and like just committed to it. You know what's crazy? It's crazy how like the longer you spend in a certain location or a place, the more different it becomes. So when I first got to Texas like 3 years ago, I remember how big it felt, like how massive it was. And now it's like, it's so small compared to other cities I've been at. Tell me this is not the coolest bench you ever seen in your life. This is a single cedar bench. So let's go back in time a little bit. I'm gonna talk about my job history, all the jobs that I've done leading up to today. My first job ever it wasn't necessarily a business, but it was a job that I created. I used to cut grass when I was like 14 years old. From 14 years old until 17 years old, that's what I did every summer. So I had like a select few lawns all around not just the neighborhood, all around town. I used to push my lawnmower, because I couldn't drive at this point. I used to push my lawnmower all over town to get to these places and cut grass. I think I would get like $30 for a lawn, which would take me like an hour. This is job number one. Now, job number 2 was my actually like first fitness job or fitness related. I worked at a gym. So like this gym that was right across my house growing up. And I worked there right when they started opening, and I worked there for like 2 years. It was chill. It was an easy job, and I would work out all the time. I think the best part about that job is like one of my duties or responsibilities was like making shakes and handing them out to people on the floor while they're working out, kind of to get them to, you know, buy a shake after the workout. So I would experiment with these different ones. The one that I made was a peanut butter and jelly shake. So good. So my dad used to get mad at me all the time because I would jump from job to job to job, just because I never found anything that I was like truly enjoying. So then after the gym, I left there and I wanted to get into like the restaurant business. So I was a busser. The first place I was ever a busser at, I was there for one night because, you know, as a busser or like a server, you live off your tips. Well, I worked at this place. I got paid like $3 or $4 an hour, and my tip for the night was chicken parmesan. Obviously, just didn't work out. Quick side note, I smelled barbecue. Yesterday was National Barbecue Day. That's Lambert's Barbecue right there. First place I've ever eaten in Austin. The first street I've ever been on in Austin, which is 2nd Street, which is awesome. And now I want barbecue. Now to this day, one of the most fun jobs I've had, I was in college, and it was a summer internship. I don't know why they called it an internship, because it was just really a job. I worked for the Department of Transportation, and they paid like $12 an hour. My buddy got me a job there, where essentially like we cleaned the streets, we paved roads in the middle of summer, and I was the new guy, so like I was in front of the paver with this hot asphalt. It sucked. We picked up dead animals on the side of the road, threw them in a dump. Great job. Did that for 2 years. It was fun. The humidity in Austin right now went from decent to insane. It's crazy. Oh, we're good. We're good. You good? We're good. All right, so go back to the gym, take over for Joe. Preston comes in tomorrow morning, or tomorrow evening. And then Saturday morning, I leave for Dallas because Sunday I give my speech at the Raider Project. So I'll be there for 2 days.
Sorry, not sorry. Pardon this army. Young C's, the new Marcus Garvey.
So this is one of my biggest tips and tricks to maintain being full while dieting. A salad, at least one of these salads this big every day, preferably for your last meal. And then what you also do to make you even fuller is you get one of these. I'm not a big soda fan or even a diet soda fan, but if you eat like a big salad, you eat or drink something carbonated like a diet soda, it fills you up so much more. And I have to cut out all artificial sweeteners next week for this peak week. And then my most recent job before transitioning out and running BPN supplements full-time out of this place right here, U.S. Army Infantry Officer, which I'm sure most of you guys that watch this channel know. But by far, the best job I ever had outside of, running BPN is one thing, and then being in the Army is another thing. Two completely jobs with two completely duties and responsibilities. I loved my time in the military. I loved my time as a platoon leader. I loved all the soldiers, the NCOs, everyone I worked with. That time in the military has been so rewarding. I think I've been bringing up the military more often in videos lately because I'm doing this speaking event this weekend in Dallas at the Raider Project, and I'm trying to just envision what I want to talk about in regards to transitioning out in entrepreneurship and the lessons I learned while in. It was truly a rewarding experience. Okay, so just finished up a late night arm session just before the gym closed. Now, Saturday morning I leave for Dallas. I'm there until Monday morning. If you're in the Dallas area and you're in the military, you were in the military, you're a veteran, the Raider Project is a great organization that helps vets transition out of military service. And there's some really good keynote speakers that are going to be at this event. So, I'm going home.